guys, my name's Ruthie. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. This is my first cooking video, so I'm playing around with the format. Let me know what you think, if you have any suggestions. I'm probably going to change this up many different times, but this is what I came up with today. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I make my ginger applesauce and ginger turmeric tea. Ginger and turmeric have so many healing benefits. The main one I'm focused on is the anti-inflammatory properties, being that I'm riddled with inflammation, as most of us are. Disclaimer that I'm not a chef, I just cook at home. This is how I cook. Here are the ingredients for today. We got cinnamon, honey, ginger, and apples. Woo! So once you get these ingredients out, the tools that you'll need for this is a peeler, a knife, a cutting board, a pot, a lid, a stove, and a hand mixer or a blender. Not that much. You should have all those things. So the first step is we peel the apples. And make sure you wash the apples first, because if there's dirty skin on the apple, then that peeler will drag it into the skin of the apple. So even though we're peeling them, we still wash them. And yeah, you just peel like you would peel any fruit ever. Just peel it. And then you put the scraps in a little compost bag. There, you're good, you're good. All right, now you got your apples, they're peeled, set them to the side. Now you grab your pot, and what we're gonna do, if you have an apple corer, use an apple corer, but if not, you can just cut them up like I'm doing here. Just avoid the core and cut them into tiny-ish pieces. The bigger pieces that you leave, the more chunky the applesauce will be, and the smaller the pieces, the more saucy the sauce will be. Apples contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. The meat of an apple contains soluble fiber, which basically means that it can dissolve in water. So that's going to be easier on our digestion, especially if you have a J pouch or ostomy. The skins, which we're peeling off, is insoluble fiber, which means it doesn't dissolve in water, so it's a lot more difficult to break down for us. And yeah, nibble around the core. So once all the apple pieces are cut up and put into the pot, just shake it up, level it out, and take a break, sip your juice, gather yourself. And then we will work on the ginger. So you can grab a piece of ginger about that big. Fair warning, I'm heavy-handed on the ginger, so you might want to put in like half or a quarter of what I put in. So take your peeler and we're going to peel the ginger. You're going to get it all nice and smooth, get all the root skin of it off. And just throw the little dirty bits away, wash your hands, and there you have it, a nice smooth piece of ginger. Now what we'll do is slice it into thin slices along the grain. So the knife shouldn't be fighting to go through it. And then you cut those slices along the grain so that you have these long strings of ginger. Just like this, if you can see them, there they are, cool. And then you line those up, and then this time you cut them against the grain till you get these tiny little cubes of ginger. And then you scoop them up, sprinkle them in. As you can see, I used a lot of ginger. Again, don't recommend everyone do that if you're not the biggest ginger fan, but I'm a big ginger fan, so I love it, and yeah. All right, now the honey. I think the quantities in any recipe is totally up to you. I don't measure anything. I just kind of do what I feel like. Intuitive cooking. Yeah, I felt like about 2 tablespoons of honey was good for me today. You can do as much honey as you want. And don't waste any honey. Make sure you lick your fingers. And then the cinnamon. Again, I'm super heavy-handed, so I put a lot of cinnamon in there, but it's totally up to you. And now the water. So the water, you want to go slowly with this. You want to put just enough water to kind of cover the bottom. You still want the top of the layer to be apple. All right, now you bring it over to the stove. You can set the oven to a medium-high heat just until it's boiling. So So it should probably take like 5 minutes for that to be boiling. And then once it is boiling, you turn that down to simmer and set the timer for 10 minutes. And while that's cooking, ginger-turmeric tea time! Woo! So, we know how to prepare the ginger now. We already did that. So we'll do that again. You can use as much as you want, just kind of eyeball it. So take your peeler, you peel the bumpies off the ginger and off the turmeric. Turn them into smooth roots. And be careful of the dirty bits of skin and make sure they don't contaminate your clean roots. And if they do, just wash them off before you use them. And also be mindful, you may want to wear gloves if you're dealing with turmeric root. Oh. It will stain everything. All right, so now we will chop them up into slices. You don't have to cut them into little bits for this one, unless you want to. Yeah, like little ginger sketties. And do the same with the turmeric. So now grab your pot and put the little bits in the pot. Have some sass if you want, have some flair. This is fun, we're having fun. There you have it. Now you'll grab some nice filtered water, pour that over the little bits. And as you can see, turmeric stains everything. It stained the water filter. They can't see, Ruthie. Well, yeah, you can kind of see the hands. Yeah, it stains everything. So now cover it, set it on the stove, turn it on to simmer, and just let it rock. You can let it sit there an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. And then dance party. Oh, the best part of cooking is the dance party. And the kitties, and dancing with the kitties. All right, cool, so the applesauce. Stir your applesauce around, test it out, see if you can break it up with a spoon. If you can, grab your hand mixer. This is my beautiful hand mixer. I will admit, it is a little bit broken. This was probably a cheap one, but it still does the job. Any hand mixer, any blender will do. I just like these because they're the easiest to clean. Now you can blend up the applesauce and you can see, oh yeah, look at that, it's getting all mushy. It's kind of loud and the kitties get a little bit nervous. It's really cute though. So once it's to your desired level of mushiness, you can stop blending, wash the thing off, get a big spoon and check it out. Oh, look at that. That is my desired level of mushiness. I like some chunks in there. Oh, yeah. You should probably wait for it to cool down, but you can also be impatient or blow really hard. Woo! Let's check on that, why don't we? That is the color it should be.
Ooh, look at that color.
Use a ladle. Ladles are your friends. So underrated. At least I underrate them. There you have it. Look at that beautiful tea.
Too hot.
Good. She learned her lesson. It's finally cooled down enough, and it's amazing. Be careful. Look at my fingers. Might stain everything that you own, but it's worth it. So then with what's left over, you save it. I usually have way more applesauce left over. I usually make this with like 7 or 8 apples. I only use 3 this time. You can get really creative with this tea. You can simply heat it up in the morning if that's what you want. You can drink it cold, add a little sweetener to it. You can add it into your rice. You can make it the base of a broth or any dishes that you make. There's so many things you can do with this. And you saw all of those great healing benefits, so keep those in mind as well. I think in order to enjoy cooking, we really have to take into account what the food is doing for us. You're going to be a lot more motivated to cook healthy food once you have them regularly enough that you can notice the health benefits that they give you. Thanks for bearing with me through the first of many cooking videos. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this sparked some ideas in your realm of cooking. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.